Assalamu alaikum. This is Bar Ahmed, and this is our second lecture video in which we discuss about the control of microorganisms, control the microbial growth. It's our second part. In our previous lecture video, we already discussed about the why the control of microorganisms is essential, and similarly, we also discussed the physical agents. That's different physical agents, for example, heat, filtration, ultraviolet rays, UV rays, etc. for the control of microorganism. In this lecture video, we are going to discuss about different types of chemical agents. Different chemical agents we also use for the control of microorganism, and here we discuss these chemical agents, their mode of actions, etc. Broadly, if we discuss the chemical agents act on the body of microorganism in two ways. First one is the disinfection, and second one is the antisepsis. Uh, if we see what's mean by disinfection basically mean the destructions or they destroy the microorganisms that cause different types of diseases. Uh, in this process, we use this method for the killing of the microbes that cause different diseases, and the process of disinfection is also effective on the killing of spores, etc. We know that spores are highly resistant substances, but in disinfections we can kill these spores as well. Uh, we see another definition or the killing, incubation, or removal of pathogens or microorganisms is called disinfection. The most important thing about the disinfection is that they are only applied on non-living objects. The process of disinfection we cannot apply on the surface of living organisms. We applied these types of method for the killing of microorganisms from the surface of non-living organisms. Mostly. For example, killing of microbes from the surface of different types of surgical instruments or the instruments that we use in our routine labs processes, etc. And second one is the antisepsis. Antisepsis is the destruction or incubation of microorganisms from the surface of living tissues. This method is applied on the living tissues. We destroy the microorganism in this process from the surface of the living organisms. This process prevents the growth of living organisms from the living tissues as well. We used both the physical as well as the chemical agents for the process of antisepsis, but this process is applied on the body of living organisms. For example, we used this process to remove the living organisms from the skin of living organisms, from the eyes of living organisms, as well as the from other parts of living organism. The most important thing is that this process can cause doesn't cause any toxic effect on the body of host cell of the cell from which we destroy the living organisms, and they doesn't cause any type of allergic and corrosive reactions, and doesn't change the nature of skin also. While the antiseptic, if we applied the antiseptic agent, disinfecting agent in this way, then the disinfecting agent can kill or destroy our skin as well. Mostly in the case of antiseptic, we used alcohol and 70% alcohol. Similarly, iodine tincture is also used in this process. Different types of chemical methods that we use to control microbial growth are the phenol, for example, lyosol, and the hexachlorophenorex. We use these chemicals. Similarly, alcohol, for example, isopropyl ethanol, halogens, iodine, and chlorine, etc. We use these agents. Similarly, we also use the heavy metals. For example, we use silver nitrates, copper sulfate, etc. We also use the LDI, for example, formaldehyde and glyceraldehyde, also sterilizing gases, also used, for example, ethylene oxide, etc., for the killing of microorganisms. If we discuss about the alcohol separately, alcohol is basically used for sterilization as well as disinfection of microorganisms because it can kill the bacteria and other pathogens as well. For example, it can kill fungi, viruses, etc. And mode of action of the alcohol is just the lysis or destruction or damaging the cell membrane. The targeted side of the alcohol is the cell membranes. Similarly, 70% ethanol is also used in lab for during normal routine procedures of lab or lab working, in which we use this alcohol for our routine and wash, etc. Isopropanol is also used for the same purposes. Uh, the site of action of the alcohol is the nucleic acid and proteins. Basically, the alcohol acts on the proteins as well as the nucleic acids of the microbes and damage their natural structure. Similarly, they also affect again bacteria, fungi, etc. Second thing that we use the formaldehyde. Formaldehyde basically used in labs for the purification and preservation of different specimens in lab. Fumigation process, operation theater. In the operation theaters, we also use these types of processes. Similarly, glyceraldehyde is less toxic as compared to formaldehyde. That's why it is also used for the disinfection and sterilization and sterilization of the endospores as well as the cyst, etc. Next one is the phenolic compound. Different types of phenolic compounds are also used as a chemical agents for the control of microorganisms, and they mostly use as a disinfecting agent and not as antiseptic agents, and we applied them on the non-living organism. We doesn't apply them on the surface of the organism because they cause different types of irritations and allergic reactions on the body of living organism, and they also have ability to disturb the natural anatomy of the skin of the living organism. That's why we apply the phenolic compound only on the non-living organisms. We use them to sterilize the lab instruments, different types of instruments that we use for example surgical equipments, etc. Example are the Zinol, Lysol, orthophenol, phenol, etc. We used them also. Next one is the halogens. Different types of halogens are used as the chemical agents, but the most important is the fluorine and the iodines. Iodine is used for skin antiseptic agents. For example, किसी को कट वगैरह आ जाए, etc. So we use the iodine tincture for the washing of the wounds, etc. Their targeted site in the body of living microbes is the cellular proteins. Chlorine is the most common use of chlorine is the washing of the washing of the swimming pool, etc. We use different types of disinfections. Use chlorine for the disinfections of for the washing of the swimming pool, etc. is also agent as a bleaching agents. Heavy metals. Different types of heavy metals are used as chemical agents. They may be used as a bacteriostatic agent and a bactericidal agents. Bacteriostatic is the term used to stop the growth of bacteria, and the bacterial cycle mean to kill the bacteria. Their mode of action is described as protein, natural protein synthesis process. For example, sulfur ties is used to protect the burned skin. अगर किसी skin जल जाए तो उसके लिए हम use करते हैं silver sulfur ties. Copper sulfatase is used for the fungicides and the allergic reactions, etc. Similarly, mercury is used for as antiseptic agents. These are different chemicals. Sterilizing gases, for example, the hydrogen peroxide is used for killing a microorganism, and the site of action is the nucleic acid and other cellular membranes. Ethylene oxide, they used in lab for sterilization of equipments because it have deep power of penetrations, and that's why used for the equipments. बेसिकली जब हमारे पास बहुत सारी स्लाइड्स रखी होती हैं ऊपर नीचे या फिर पेट्री डिश, तो इट्स इम्पॉर्टेंट फॉर अस टू दैट्स वी किल द माइक्रो फ्रॉम ईच एंड एवरी स्लाइड्स, एंड इट इज़ नॉट पॉसिबल फॉर अस दैट्स वी यूज द instruments, only the surface instruments. That's why here we used ethylene oxide because it can penetrate in deeply in each and every slide or every petri dish, etc., to kill the microorganisms, inhabit or kill the vegetative cell as well as the endospores, etc., of the living organisms. That's our today's lecture. Our next topic is different techniques for the microbial growth. I think you enjoy this lecture video. Thanks. Please give me your comments.